Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name's Reagan if you're new here. Today we're just going to be applying makeup to my face that I've been using for the last week and talking about it. So yeah, let's just roll in. I'm gonna clip my hair back. My hair's kind of doing this weird thing today where it hasn't been this curly in a really long time. It's pretty wavy, just naturally, but today it's really curly and I just don't really know what's going on with that. It is raining out, it's kind of a dreary day, so I am happy to be on here doing this with you all. Putting makeup on my face always makes me happier. So let me get my little mirror out just so we're prepared. And yeah, let's just roll in. All right, so if you follow me on Instagram, which you should, I have it linked down in the bio, you would know that Caroline and I did an Instagram live collab this past weekend, and one of the products she used in the collab that I'm going to use today, I haven't been using it this week, but I'll use it today, is the Vapor Essential Daily Primer. So I was using this past week, I have everything in a bag right now just to keep things organized, the Vapor Soft Focus Foundation. I have shade 100S, and this is the new formulation. And I was just using this by itself, and what I would do is do my skincare and then put this on top. So what I did today is I did my skincare, and I didn't use an SPF because we've already done 2 early morning walks with Doobie. So because it's raining, he'll just go out the yard the rest of the day because we're not dealing with that again. So I won't be going outside. What I'm using though is this primer instead of my SPF as my final step, because this is kind of more of a jelly-like cream. Just if you can see that, it is white. But Caroline said this really paired well with the foundation, and I have both, but I purchased the foundation and then I received the primer at different times. So I just have never, I don't know what I was thinking. I just didn't really use them together. So we'll see how they pair together, because I didn't think that this, because it's a little bit more jelly water based, paired that amazingly with the Velvet Glow foundation. I can usually get away without using a primer in general, but it just wasn't like life-changing kind of thing. And then I will use the foundation, but I want to conceal first. I've been using the Kosas concealer. This is their new one. I have shade 01. So it has this doe foot applicator. The reason I usually have been doing concealer first because I feel like everything meshes well together, because concealer's usually heavier than my foundations I use. So it just kind of makes sense order-wise to use the lightest thing first and then the heavier thing on top of it. It just, you know, prevents pilling and a lot of potential things that could happen. But with this specific one, because it's more yellow in tone, I use it first. And I'll say, because I know some people really like this, it's an okay concealer. It just isn't a total fave of mine. Yeah, someone's making, I don't know if someone's doing yard work or something outside. I'm definitely not, and Adon's not, so sorry if there's a little background noise. I just don't know what that is. The reason I don't love this is I just have concealers that I like more. I really do like the Han Skincare Cosmetic Concealer more. I do like the Figlo concealer more. I like the Hint concealer more. This is just, it's okay. I feel like it's a little bit thinner in coverage. It's not as much coverage as I like in my concealers. And truly just the shade match isn't like wowing to me for my skin tone, so that's another thing as well. But I am using it. I'm not that YouTuber who's like, oh, that didn't work for me, empty immediately. Like, no, I paid for that, so I'm using that. Even if I do get things in PR, I try and use them in some way just because, you know, I don't want to be wasteful. Yeah, I mean, it has an okay finish. It's fine. It's fine. It's not awful. So if you love it, I can see where people might like it, but it's just, again, not a favorite for me. So I am going to use the Vapor Soft Focus Foundation now. I'm just going to use one pump. So I did a whole comparison of this to their original Soft Focus foundation, and I'll have that video linked up here. They are different. I have kind of liked this week though, just with the routine I've done it with. This feels a little bit oilier and it has a different scent to it. Like, they definitely did reformulate, and I can tell it's just a lot different. But I think the main difference is kind of like just the application, that it is oilier. And as you see, I'm applying it with my fingers first, and then I go in and blend everything and kind of fill everything with my beauty blender. Or I guess this is some beauty sponge. I'm putting a little bit more on the tip of my nose. It's just kind of breaking up there. Okay, so yeah, decent finish. I will do a check-in at the end of the day so you guys can see how it wears. This isn't my absolute favorite foundation reformulation thing. It's okay. It's kind of how I feel about the Kosas one. It's okay, and that's what it is. The coverage I felt was better on their original formulation, but this is a lot more luminous and a little oilier too. And I feel like the coverage just isn't as good on this one as their original formulation was. So I am going to use a little bit of concealer just where I have some blemishes and more redness, so sandwich everything. Okay, and then I'm using Well People. This is their bio-based baked foundation in Fair Golden. So my friend Erin gave this to me because it was too light for her. And I do like this as a setting powder. That's the way I use it. So I use a really fluffy brush instead of a more densely packed brush. And it just kind of allows for the product to be more of a setting powder because you're not really packing it in there as much. And I have liked this because it does add a little bit of coverage because it is still a tinted foundation based product. Individually, some of these products aren't really my faves, but everything together did look really nice. So that was something. And I did like how everything together wore. It's just kind of as an individual products, not everything I'm like obsessed with. All right, and then I've been using the Cali brow pencil. I have this in shade Blonde on my brows. I have liked this enough, so I sent this in PR, and then I also got this. This one is originally from the Reagan words. The Pettivore box. I believe the Pettivore box. And I've liked it. You know, it's a nice brow pencil. Same kind of theme with some of the other ones. It's not my absolute like, wow, die-hard fan of this specific brow pencil, but it does get the job done, and I do like the shade match for my hair. I believe it's like a more affordable product too. And I think, okay, excuse me, I think someone said you say this Kaylee Cosmetics. I'm not 100% sure because I know people who have the spelling of this name and it's Cali. So again, I'm not 100% on that. But overall, they are a brand to look into if you're looking for like more affordable clean products. They don't have everything. Like they don't have a full line of like bases and stuff, but they do have brows and lips. I'll talk about their lips towards the end, but they have some decent lip products for sure. Okay, so I'm just using the True & Luscious palette. I have been using this all week. I'm trying not to blind you guys with it because it is a shiny packaging. But this has 2 bronzers in it, 3 highlights, and then a blush. So I will use the bronzer shade Serendipity, which is this one, to bronze and contour. I have liked this palette thus far. I actually think it's a well done artist palette. The kind of artist palettes I realize I like are ones that are versatile, that have highlights, blushes, and bronzers, like that have a mixture. I don't like artist palettes that have like 5 to 6 bronzers in it. Like I don't need 5 or 6 bronzers. Okay, so again, have really liked the bronzer. I am going to use the blush. It's in the shade Royal Flush. This is really pigmented. So I'm very light-handed with this. I mean, super, super light-handed. Like, as you can see, I'm not like going in like this. I'm just patting it because it's very pigmented and I'm very pale. I made it work, and then I take my stippling brush just because I feel like this spreads the product out the best. It looks good now, but again, you just have to be careful with it because you can easily build it up to look like a clown. Okay, and then I've mostly stuck with Heaven Sent is my highlight this week because I love these pinky icy highlights. I have been using 777s too. This one right here that's kind of funky and fun. This one is a lot more of that luminous highlight, and then this one has a little bit more of the glitter effect to it. Today, because I just haven't been using this one a lot, I'm going to use Pots of Gold. I think this is actually my first time using it, which I don't love to do a first impression during Top Shelf Tuesday. That's the whole point, is to like not do first impressions, but I just used the other two so much that I kind of avoided this one. Yeah, it's how I thought it'd be. It's really similar in formulation to Heaven Sent, where it's really illuminating. It's just more gold. So it's pretty. It's just I do prefer something a little bit more pinky. So that's why I kind of didn't use it a ton. But I would use this as an eyeshadow. By the way, that's the thing I really did like about this palette, and that's why I purchased it, is I like the fact that basically if you remove the blush, you can create some decent eyeshadow looks using the highlights. So that's just a thought if you have this or if you want this or something, because I know a couple people purchase this. So that is a really nice highlight. It actually does look good on me. I mean, you know, it doesn't look too gold. So yeah, it's a pretty one. It's really illuminating too, which I know a lot of you guys have told me you like. So where was I? I want to get a sip of water. So for Glam and Grace, I did use their palette this week. And I'll use it and talk about it while I use it. But I didn't end up using their Tanned Peach Matte stick. So this, I thought this was a blush. I thought this was like a peach blush. It's actually a bronzer. And it just is a little bit too slick and oily, where when you blend this out on your face, the pigment doesn't hold very well, I've found. So yeah, it just wasn't one that I loved. I wish I would have noticed that I got a bronzer, not a blush or highlight, which is kind of what I wanted more, because I don't even like, I should say this and add this, I don't like cream bronzers. I prefer powder ones. I just think they're easier to use, especially for someone like myself. I am very new to bronzer. I only started using it about 6 months ago, so yeah. Okay, this palette, however, I have loved. So I'm just gonna get a little blending brush, and I'm going to do what I basically have done all week, which is use this middle brown matte shade just in my crease and blend it out. So it's a really nicely pigmented, it's buttery, it's blendable, blends out well, the payoff's accurate. I'm going to take this sparkly shade that's a little bit more gold silver color, and I'm going to put it all over my lid. Okay, and then I'm going to use this purple shade just on my, not necessarily my inner, it is my inner corner, but I'm extending it out about halfway. Okay, and then I'm going to use this pink shade only on my inner corner. So just a little plop, little plop. Yeah, it's just really, really fun and glittery. So overall, I've really liked that palette. I would highly recommend it. Just, it's kind of different too, I think, the formulation, because they are so shimmery. And next, eyeliner. So I pulled out my Pacifica. This is their, what is this even called? I don't know what it's called. It's their liquid eyeliner. I've liked it. It's decent. One thing that's different, it is not a felt tip. It's these hairs that are all stuck together, which I don't hate. I'll say that. It's not felt tip, but I have liked it. I'll need to apply it and not talk to you guys because it's really hard to do that at the same time. But yeah, one of the things I like about it, just as I'm using it, I'll tell you guys, I do like that it's maybe not a felt tip because it's a little bit more movable, because it has those individual hairs that are all stuck together. I think they're synthetic of some sort. Wow, I just blinked and I got that all over myself. Wow. Wow. The stuff that really happens. I didn't even really need to do that second coat. I was just being kind of like, oh, I want to, and then I ruined it. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, yeah, that turned out fine. Okay, so now I have pulled out my Westman Atelier mascara. I was going to empty it out, but then I decided I'm going to keep it for a little bit. They say that the expiry is 6 months. Most people say 3 months for mascara, but because I paid, that's the thing about this. I paid so much for it. I paid $62, and it started working better for me as it aged. which doesn't really mean I'd recommend it, because something you pay $62 for, you want to work really well from the beginning to the end, right? But yeah, it's a really fun eye look. It really opens up my eyes with all those sparkles and stuff. Yeah, I have liked what I used on my eyes this week thus far. I think the only thing, again, that Westman Atelier mascara, if you're looking for something luxury, because I know there is definitely a market out there, clearly this product exists for a reason, it is a nice one. Do I also think that there are other mascaras though in Clean Beauty that perform just as well or better? Yes. So again, it really just depends on your budget, what you're willing to spend your money on. And just know, again, I don't think the first month or so is that great with that mascara. I think it needs a little bit of time to like dry down. It was a little inky when I first opened it. All right, so I have a bunch of lip products from Cali. I'm part of this PR program through an Instagram. It's called Palm Picks. And they asked if I wanted to try some stuff, and I said, yeah, sure. So I tried this week the Cali lipstick. This is in shade Havana Rose. I also tried the Tiger Lily liquid lip. I tried their Island Blossom lip balm, and then I also, this isn't a lip balm, it's a lip gloss, excuse me. And then I also tried their Tiger Lily lip pencil. So overall thoughts, the lip gloss is pretty nice. It's pretty nourishing. It's not crazy like pigmented or anything like that. It's just something nice and nourishing. It's not super tacky or sticky or anything. It does dissipate after some time, so you know, it's a decent enough lip gloss. I believe it's like $15, so especially for $15 it's pretty good. The liquid lip is not a long wearing one. It's not like my Clove and Hella ones that like stay on my lips for a long period of time. This one, I would say a couple hours max, then it does start to dissipate, but it's a pretty shade. Again, kind of same thing with the lip gloss where it just doesn't wear super, super long, but it's also pretty cheap comparatively to a lot of stuff on the market. So that's a thought as well, just saying. I did really like the lipstick. It's probably one of my favorites. That's what I'll use today. I just thought it wore well. I'm going to use the lip liner too. The lip liner is nice. With lip liner, I'm not the best judge because I just feel like if a lip liner is bad, it's really bad and I'll tell you guys. But if it's good, it's just doing its job. And that's how I feel about most lip liners. So this one does its job. Okay, so putting on the lipstick. It kind of smells like candy. And it has a really, how would I describe this? It's not like a glossy feel, but it's not drying. It's kind of more of a matte, and it doesn't really transfer around the mouth. I just have liked the lipstick. I think it's a good one. And it's a little bit shimmery. In some ways, the formulation does remind me a little bit of the 100% Pure lipsticks, which I really like, but this one is a lot cheaper. So yeah, it's just really pretty. I am going to use a lip brush to kind of even out the lines on the bottom. Alright guys, so overall, liked my makeup this week. I definitely had some thoughts on everything. I have been impressed with the Cali or Kaylee, again, however you say it. I know people who have that spelling for both names. But I have been impressed with their lip products, and especially because of the price point. And I just want to kind of end on this, or I guess talk about this just for a second. Whenever I do my reviews, I consider price point because there is a difference between paying $15 for a lip product and paying $50 kind of thing. I have a lot higher standards for something I'm paying $50 for than something I'm paying $15 for. Does that mean that I still don't have high standards for something that's $15? No. You know, I'm going to tell you, like, yes, I really do like this lipstick. The lip gloss is decent enough. The liquid lip is decent enough as well. They're not like my favorite, formulations, but they still do their job. And especially for 15 bucks, they're just a good kind of deal for the formulation you're getting. Yes, if I'm spending $50, I expect something better. Have I tried really crappy $50 lipsticks that I don't like? Yes. Have I told you guys about it? Yes. Have I tried bad $15 lipsticks? Yes. Have I told you guys? Yes. Overall though, I have liked this lipstick. I don't know why I got off on that random tangent. I think the lipstick probably is my favorite from everything I tried overall. So yeah, guys, thank you all so much for stopping by Top Shelf Tuesday. If you enjoyed this video, click that subscribe button down below, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I know times are hard right now, so I'll just tell you guys to have a day. I hope that wherever you are, you're getting out of bed and you're treating yourself with kindness and the respect and the love you deserve. Bye guys, I'll see you all tomorrow. Okay guys, so we're at about 8 hours later. Base makeup held up pretty well. I feel like I have a little bit of, yeah, definite smudging from the mascara. I did put on the lip gloss because the lipstick wore off after honestly I ate lunch, and that is not a staining lipstick. I will say my eyes still look pretty good, like the shadow and the liner. Yeah, but there is definitely some smudging on my bottom lashes from the mascara. So yeah, I just wanted to do that check-in. I am tired. I must have slept really bad. I just feel like my skin does not look so hot today and I look tired, so yeah, that happens sometimes. So just wanted to give you guys, you know, end of the day, it's about 8 hours later, kind of come back, tell you about it.